Well, we should be back now. Had to get rid of the crazy talk. All right. Let me see. Back up in here. He was way up boxing back up in here. So yeah. Let's try this again. Without Nasty Man. Try to do this again without Nasty Guy, whoever that is. Nasty Girl, Nasty Guy, whoever it was. Putting 5 things up on the screen for your title. Who does that? And why doesn't YouTube monitor stuff like that? They always monitoring if you got your own content or something like that. They want to flag you if you got content that is, bad content. But they don't want to flag something when somebody puts up a, explicit name and stuff like that. And then now they don't want to do nothing. That doesn't make 0 sense. You got to do stuff. When people put up stuff like that, you got to do something about it. And so I'm hard on these, whoever. The YouTube police. YouTube, your police suck right now. Oh, you can't be bashing YouTube and you take my video down, but you leave some idiot up that's saying, explicit, nasty things to people. That's good. That's gross. And plus, I don't want nobody touching me nowhere. Not a man. Definitely not a man. And definitely not a woman. I don't know you. This is still a vessel of, still sacred. Whether you use it to be sacred or not, it's still sacred. Like a woman don't abuse a man just like a man don't abuse a woman. Either way, you don't do that. You don't offer yourself or nothing like that. If a man, you don't offer yourself. But guys, stop being such H's all the time. HOE. Stop it. HOES, stop it. You can't, because you letting something like hormones control everything. You can't check it. Like, I can't check it. Man, you're stupid. Just check yourself, man. You want to be with somebody, just be with somebody, man. We're in a place where you're not really allowed to have all the females that you're supposed to have. Yeah, you're supposed to have them, but you're not in a place where you can have all of them. So you have to adjust. You have to adjust, or you have to have a lot of breakups. And you're gonna have baby mamas, and you're gonna have a lot of problems. You already seen it. You know everything. You done told everybody. You told your parents you knew everything, so you know everything. But when those child-alimony payments come up, then you're going to be tripping. Well, why I got to give her all my stuff? Yeah, because you had 4 minutes of pleasure with her. Wow. I don't even know. Sometimes the way they talk, that's all you seem like you had with them. A couple of minutes. You had a couple of minutes, and now you got 21 years, 22 years of suffering, of extra money coming out your pocket because of that. Then you got to think back. Was it worth Was it worth the 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it was, 10 minutes, 15, whatever it was? Was it worth? Is it worth all that? Right? If you got a nice paying job, I don't know if this is nice paying or not. Let's say, for instance, you're making $780,000 a year. To me, that seemed like that would be a nice job, right? And you've been rolling in dough for like the last 5 years. Is it worth it? Because the boss was saying, said something that you didn't like, for you to yell at him and cuss him out for 2 minutes and lose your job. Is that worth it because you're prideful and stuff like that? Are you gonna ever regret that? No, I did the right thing. Are you gonna be on that I did the right things type of status? Man, I try not to deal with people like that. That's why I love my chat, because it's like I don't get all the idiots. Idiots have to be imported. You have to be imported. If you're an idiot, you have to be more or less imported. And that's it. You're imported. Import idiots. If not, you're probably just legit. You down here with me. And you're gonna be a thought processor. Now take that into account. You are a thought processor. A thought processor. Think about it. You're a thought processor. Right? The original, what they're calling these, what they call them, like the stuff from anything from the computer, right? You got what you call central processing, right? Graphic processing and stuff like that. GPU, and you got the CPU and stuff like things of those nature, right? So those process certain things. But we as people sometimes we don't process the things that we need to process. And our thoughts, a lot of times your thoughts have to be processed. Because some thoughts you got to throw out. If you're willing to do that. That's the whole part. That's part of the process. Are you willing to throw out some of the thoughts? Or you want to keep them in the back burner? Like, I'm going to keep this thought in there. Because if you keep thoughts too long, then all of a sudden they seem like they're true. Because they've been in there so long, it's been happening so long, it must be true. That's because the blanket is pulled up and you don't see the light for the darkness. Doesn't mean that the blanket is darkness. It just means that it's creating a dark, a dark feeling or a darkness. It's just creating a darkness. That doesn't mean it is darkness. Because you can always remove blinds, A lot of people keep blinds closed because now I said I need to sleep. You know what I mean? I need to sleep, so I got to keep those blinds closed. So our thing is getting blinds open. That's our whole process, is we got to get the blinds open. Yeah. Still waiting? Let me see. Wow. I don't know if I'm being heard or not. Maybe Eagle's not being heard today. Not one person. Is this Saturday? What the heck? No, this is the first. What y'all doing on the first, man? This is a special first? Am I missing out on something? Is this paid? Is this payday? I get paid on Tuesdays. Y'all got paid today? People got paid. I got paid today, Friday. Let me see. You got to add up the weeks. I don't know. Every 2 weeks is different for everybody. So some people got paid last week, and some people getting paid today. Don't tell me y'all going out there getting ready for the Halloween and stuff. Yep. That eagle sick. I'm gonna just sit here. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna wait till we get it right. Till we get it right. Okay, 117. So just putting out here. So this small message here, that I can still do it. For you, this is peeping in. What do you feel? What do you think? Is Usyk, which people are throwing it out there, is he now new and now the pound for pound king in boxing? You guys already know what I feel about pound for pound, but is that the new pound for pound in your opinion for right now? Doesn't have to be. But what I'm saying, is he the new pound for pound? Right? Okay. So that's something for you guys to think about. If he's pound for pound, he could be, or might not. I got to write down my picks too. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I want to go all underdog or if I want to just, like get real serious about it. I can't really have a prediction as such, because when it comes to my prediction, I have to more or less, I'm going to end up bashing them. So it's not good for me to have a prediction because they're going to get bashed on. Just realize if I pick you and you lose, I got to cut into you. I got to cut you deep, son. I got to cut into you. That's what you're getting. You getting a little bit of slicing in on you, man. I got to slice you up. Because you didn't act right when you were supposed to be out there throwing those things. Yeah, that's all that is. So I don't even know. I think I'm on, but let me go back and check. So Usyk new king, right? We say that, or I don't know. We say what we can say, but Usyk, we can say that's the new king. Maybe he is. Maybe he just ain't. But we're gonna see. But Usyk is the new king. Let me put down. Oh yeah, you see I got J Rock up there. Yeah, cause J Rock coming. I think he's fighting. God dang it. When is J Rock fighting? I don't know. It seemed like a setup, man. I don't know. This is scaring me. This whole Saturday, the 9th of October, is kind of scaring me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 fights that they mentioning. Is that right? Isn't it usually 5 or 6? They got 7 fights that they're mentioning. Man, I don't get this. This is kind of scary because if there's 7 fights, then that's like a setup. Is it garbage? Is it a garbage card? See, I don't even want to say it. Is that a garbage card? Hopefully not. Okay, so I'm going with. God, here we go. Are you serious? Man, this is unreal. This is unreal. Seriously. Making these pins to self-destruct, man. I don't get this. Why are you trying to self-destruct? Still look good. It's not even a used pin. So we're gonna go. See, I make sure I keep this. Okay. Oh no. So I got 7 fights to choose from on here. Like 7 more fights I gotta, that I gotta put up. 7 more. That's quite a bit. I gotta do 7 fights. And I know I'm on because I rechecked my stream, and I am on. Boy, even family didn't come say hi today. Wow. Mama said there would be days like this. This is one. Okay, what's that? Okay, Berlanga. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go with. So I'm gonna go with Berlanga, Ramirez, Reeves. I think I gotta go with. So. One, two, three, four, 5. I got 2 more fights. Wait a minute. Huh? Is it more fights on there? Now this is confusing. I'm not getting it. Let me go back up here. But they got 9 fights? Wow. They got 9 fights. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm voting upsets. I know I'm going to lose on this one, but I'm just voting. I got upsets coming. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anderson. Yeah, just ignore me. I'm sticking with America on these. Okay. That one. Okay, so this 7. Looks like I had another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 8. I don't know how I'm getting 8 unless I got one on there twice. No. Oh, the Smith and Fowler. Let me see. Smith and Fowler is going to be on in the same place. It don't look like it. It says it, but it says this one is UK. The rest of them is US. Okay, US, UK, but that one's on the Zone. Okay, so the Smith and Fowler, that's on the Zone. Those are two British fighters. So that one's on the Zone. And the rest of them are spread out on the Deontay Wilder Fury undercard. So, Usyk. I got the argument for Usyk since I'm the only one in here. I can argue with myself. Well, not the only one in here, but the only one that's responding. It's just me. I'm responding to myself. So Usyk is a case. We got a case that he can be considered pound for pound. I guess Williams is fighting James Toney. And we're going to see what Tony still got. I told y'all Tony's still dangerous, man. Y'all just don't know. Y'all told me, Tony can't talk. Listen, man, I don't really care about it. He can still fight. He ain't never been like a huge talker or something like that. You know, he mumbles a bit. He's never been that real articulate. A lot of fighters aren't that articulate after a certain point. Yeah. It's like people tease Holyfield. Holyfield was never like a speaker or something like that. Y'all talk about these fighters like they were speaker. Tyson speaks better than he used to. Mike Tyson. What used to come out of his mouth was nothing but, seemed like violence and stuff after a fight or before a fight, You still be talking like, yeah, he was in there crying like a little bitch or whatever, because he was hard on fighters. But you got to be that way, I suppose. Or you could be more humble, like, yeah, it's a good show. You can do like Mayweather did. Just say it was, he's a good opponent. Just say that or whatever. Just keep it. That's the only thing I like MTM for is, when they didn't give him credit, he was on them. But when they, gave him a little bit of credit, which they hardly ever did, yeah, he would go off if he had to go off. Put it that way. If he had to go off, he'd go off. MTM would go off if he had to. MTM blew up HBO's boxing program. That's my opinion. I think he just blew it up. He killed their boxing program. How you let a fighter just blow up your whole boxing program? And the person he blew up on television in front of everybody on pay-per-view is he blew up Larry Merchant. He blew his ass up on television. He actually lit the fuse beforehand. Like some fights before he had lit the fuse. But then after that, he just decided, I'm going to blow his ass up. And he just blew him up. And with that explosion came the implosion of the HBO boxing. And that was like exposing. And then after it was an exposing, it was like this is a total dumping. They just dumped the whole show like that's it. We're going to dump y'all's show. So, Friday Rap, I needed some people to be in for Friday Rap, but y'all didn't want to come through and rap with Eagle. Y'all got to come through and rap with Eagle sometime. But that's all good because it just, gives me time to go do some things that I need to take care of. which is cool with me. I like to do my Friday wrap, which it wasn't that much to wrap up. We still sore because of the crow we had to eat. Um, I don't know. I can't really get into your crow. Um, I just can't. I can't get into your crow because we all have to own up. You know what I mean? We got to own up to the crow. If we have to eat crow sometimes, we just got to own up to it. Oh shit, I had to eat that crow. Damn. This shit was dragging my esophagus all the way down in my stomach. I'm still burping up feathers. Yeah, we go through that. But what can I say? It happens that way sometimes. It ain't like I wasn't exempted. Yeah, don't even ever act like I was exempt. Oh, Eagle was exempt from that. No, Eagle was not exempt from that shit. So Eagle was coughing and burping up feathers too. What the hell is this? I was coughing and burping up feathers too. So definitely do not, make it seem like I was exempted from it. And mine might not have been written down, but mine was on paper too. You know what I mean? I had to burp up some feathers too. I see Lala D out there while I'm talking and looking at other stuff. There. Yeah, my family was gone. I had to take my stream down and put another one up. Somebody came in with some very explicit name, very nasty name. And so I had to just redo everything because I'm not going to allow that up in Eagles Web. I had to put a report in and everything. I never had to report. First time I had to ever report. Usually I just delete people and hide them. But this one I had to report because I don't want it going to any other channels with that such an explicit, nasty name. She said, anyway, Lala D says Asante, she got the heart up in the crown. Sorry, Asante. I was in another chat talking shit. That's okay. You got to go do what you got to do. But a lot of my stuff, this was, it's kind of good it was good you guys wasn't here. I didn't want you guys didn't have to see. I deleted the video. You guys don't have to see the shit that was going on in here earlier. So I took the video down and I just restarted. So it's a good thing. Y'all must have felt something. And I see D-Lo 404 down there. Salute to the brother. Yeah, I had to and I'm gonna come through and see you guys. You guys know I always come through when I can. You guys got so much content. I can't keep up with y'all because I got to do so much stuff too though. But I always find a way to get in there. I'm going to get in there and sneak my words in and get my thumbs up from y'all, my hearts. I usually do. Yeah. A lot of they say, okay, see you next time. What you mean, see me next time? You better see me right now. Asante, why do people get mad at me when I talk shit before a fight? I'm not referring to you. At least these dudes get a fight. So what's wrong with a little fun leading up to it? Hey, you can talk as much as you want to in here because you don't get on me. Don't nobody really get under my skin. You and D-Lo, whatever. D-Lo, he has good. Everybody has they points and stuff like that. At the end of the day, I respect you. And so it don't matter. If I get mad, just let me be mad. Because I shouldn't get. I'm a man. I shouldn't be mad. I should never be mad. I should be able to discuss. A lot of times things might not come off the top of the dome. You understand? Or sometimes they stay in. Because I have a register. Like I was talking about earlier before you guys came in. I was talking about we have CPUs. Computers have CPUs, GPUs, and things of that nature, right? So those are processing units. I said we got TPUs. We got thought processing units. And so what happens with me is my memory goes like this. Sometimes I already have the stuff stored. It's in the RAM, so it's readily accessed. So it's readily accessed and it comes out right away. And sometimes I have stuff that's stored even further back. So it has to be processed and then brought forward again. I got to store that back in RAM. Because you got that it's almost like a static. So I'm gonna put it that way. I got like a static RAM where it's just sitting there until something shocks it, and then it can go back to RAM for a while. And if it's not used, then it goes further back. And so that's what happens. Is if you said something, now I might not catch it right away. I'm like, wait a minute, what is Lala D trying to dig for? So she digs for certain stuff. on a fighter and she'll ask a question about Cuban fighters. Well, somebody else came in and answered the question about Cuban fighters versus the way that AJ was fighting. Well, AJ is not Cuban, first of all. That's true. But I was actually saying the same thing as when D to the Bailey came up and he was talking about the Cuban fight. I was saying basically the same thing. Is that the skill set is different for when it comes to Anthony Joshua. He has to more or less learn how to fight like a Cuban fighter because he just doesn't have it. Using his skill set, he cannot beat Usyk. You beat Andy Ruiz, but it's different. You're not going to be able to move around because you're bigger and learn boxing and still keep your amount. You don't have, if you have one punch knockout power, then yeah, go around. You can get away with boxing somebody and getting outboxed and then catching them. Because what's going to happen is they're going to get all comfortable and look at the crowd like, look what I'm doing to him, you know, which is sad. Look, he can't touch me, and then bam, the guy catches you and cracks you, and before you know it, you go in timber. You going to sleep. Some fighters could do that. Tommy Hearns did that when anytime he got hurt, he turned into a boxer, which he was already a good boxer anyway. He was the epitome of a boxer puncher because he was actually a better boxer than he was a puncher. Even though he was a devastating puncher, he was a great boxer. Just putting this with the ones and twos, with Tommy Hearns, the ones and twos led him to the threes and fours and fives and sixes, right? Because of his ones and twos. But you usually, if you got caught up with the one and then the two hit you with Tommy Hearns, it was a wrap. Yeah. But I'm noticing that a lot, it seems like fighters are interested in Caleb Plant all of a sudden. That people are getting, like other fighters are giving him advice, even James Toney. I'm like, wow. If he goes in with the James Toney type of defense, Canelo's in trouble. Canelo's in a lot of trouble. If he's not, because if he goes in there and listens, if he's a good listener and don't get hit like that, he's not getting all pieced up, Canelo might be in a little bit of trouble. But we just don't know if Caleb Plant can, hurt Canelo. But I know Canelo can be hurt, though. Because I don't know if steroids don't work on your chin. And like I said, I've seen him get exposed before. Sorry, I saw him get exposed. Everybody want to bury the fact that MTM exposed him. But everybody wants to bury that fact. Oh, he grew since then. So what? He can still be exposed. Even if you grow, you can still be exposed. All fighters grow and still come back to the point where they get exposed. All of them. The only one that didn't get exposed was, what's his name? Kanaki? Is his name Kanaki, right? Not Kalnaki, but what's his name? What's the British fighter, the middleweight? What's his name? Even though he might have got exposed, but he ducked out of boxing undefeated. He was putting hands on everybody, so. But anyway, D-Lo 404 with the 100 with the thumbs up, and then a lot of D-Lo 404 with the, she got the heart up good with the glove up good, and she also has another heart up good. D-Lo 404 got the wrench in his hand. He said, I was wondering why the stream wasn't working. Yeah, I had to take it out and come back. Yeah, D-Lo 404 again with another salute with the 100, and at Lala D with the heart and the 100 and the hands together good. I bet James Toney hates that he isn't in his prime right now. Now to vaporize Canelo. Oh yeah, he would smash Canelo completely out. Yeah, but a lot of fighters right now, the older fighters are they're mad at this generation of fighters. They're already content. They're sitting down, doing whatever they're doing, retired. Some of them got kids, grandkids, and they're just sitting down. And they shouldn't have to come back. But guess what? Why they're back? They're back because that's the state of boxing. And I'm not going to jump on boxing. I'm not going to beat boxing up. But I'm just saying it. I have to use a general term when it comes to this, and I'm just gonna say because of the state of boxing. And that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's because the state of boxing. That's why they're all coming back. And that's why they feel comfortable. They said, wait a minute, we got football players fighting, basketball players, we got comedians, and all. I'm tired of this. Got Disney stars fighting. Stop it. They want an end to this madness. If they got to come back themselves and knock somebody out. And even at his skill set and his skill level right now, I don't even think the pause would mess with him. Yeah, D-Lo 404 Boxing is back. He said MFs in the boxing groups be talking about that little boy would beat Winky Wright, Roy, B. Hop, James, yeah, and all the sorts of greats. Yeah, that little midget, man, you got to think about this little midget just done put on some pounds and muscles and he's cheating. And I'm going to call you a cheater. And that's my opinion. I have the right to say that. And the reason I have the right to say that is because you have a group out there that actually monitors and make boxing. They simplify the process of boxing. Far as going from step A to B to C, whatever, and up until the fight. They simplify that by testing you to make sure you're on an even playing field, and you decide that you don't want nothing to do with it. So that leads me to believe that you are a cheater, and not just a cheater. You are a habitual cheater, a systematically, hereditarily motivated cheater, and you probably don't even get there. It's not even hereditary for far as from your genesis. And genetics is not rooted that deep. But where it is rooted, it's planted in your mind because of the abilities of your whole camp in that WBC to escape any type of prosecution if you do something wrong. When it comes to the matter of the illegalities of substance abuse in reference to boxing. I put it that way. Did I say that? Did I make that vague enough and specific enough to understand? I hope so. I like to make stuff vague and specific at the same time. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case we don't get it. And Lala D, I would you have to go and look at some of my casual wear. Just take a look at it. Tell me what you like. If you like any of my artwork, it's my wearable art. I am going to be taking some stuff down because I can't get the sizes, so I got to take a lot of stuff down. I probably got to take about 10, maybe 15 things down. Which is fine. I'll just take them down. I would hate if somebody orders it, then I have to give them the bad news. Well, I don't have that right now. It is what it is. Eventually I'll have the stuff. Oh, just redesign. Let's do another design. But I can't mention this to D-Lo 404 is that we're always going to have these discussions of who would have beat who. But in reality, what the hell's going to happen. In reality, people know what's really going to happen. So, all these conversations are for no, well, that's just speculation. That's just this and that. Yeah, whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is. You can call it speculation or whatever you want to call it. There are certain fighters that couldn't touch somebody like Canelo could not beat Marvin Hagler. I don't care, not even in his best day. Because even if he hit Marvin a few times, Marvin would get so mad at him. Marvin would be like, I don't care what you're throwing. Marvin would know that you ain't hurting me. And he going to take pressure the whole fight. That left hand too. He's gonna be fighting him like the whole time. Like, I'm not gonna never give up this pressure. And I can box. Marvin can box, and plus he ain't gonna give up that pressure. He gonna keep that pressure on you. This we have to look back, man. That it's not that everything around you and everybody around you is getting so much stronger. There's specific people that are getting stronger. There's not a whole lot. There's no conspiracy, but why? Let me ask you a question. Have they ever showed you a picture, or have you ever seen LeBron James with his dad? Does he even talk about him? What about Shaq? Some of these basketball players, in fact, you never see their father. When you do see their father, you see something very similar with the athlete. Like Sean Porter, you might see something similar between him and his dad. Floyd Money Mayweather, you'll see something similar with him and his dad. But certain people, you never seen the father. And all of a sudden, you got a super athlete. Where's your dad? Let me see your dad. If you're a super athlete, what was your dad? I mean, I even struggled, and I had two athletic parents. Really? When I say struggled, I mean I was good in a lot of different sports, but I'm just saying. You got two athletic parents, and you're good. You got versatility because of them. But you got somebody never play. You got two parents never did no kind of sports, physical activity, and now all of a sudden, and I'm just putting this out there. I'm not trying to start no shit, but I'm saying I'm just putting out there. All of a sudden, you got superstar athletes. All of them. Even if you go back, you got some. It happened. Now we got reasons why it happened back in the day. The genetics was already there, like Sugar Ray Robinson. The genetics was already there, but guess what happened? Had to happen. He didn't like to fight. A lot of those athletes back there didn't like to, and my chat knows why they fought in the first place. And it's not because, oh, I don't like to fight. We know why they had to fight, and we know why they became so good. If I become good at this, I get to feed my family easier. I'm not gonna start the controversy, but I pay attention. I use my brain so somebody else don't have to use my brain. So I use my brain to figure out, why so many super athletes all of a sudden? And they got other ones like, you got all these super athletes. Your parents is 5'6" each. How in the hell are you? What are you doing 7 feet tall? Oh, you know the evolution of man. You know you get bigger and stronger. No, that's not. Something's wrong, son. Doesn't work that way. Why don't we have elephants that are 30 feet tall? We have tall elephants, but why don't we have a 30-foot tall elephant? How come that didn't happen? Or elephant. So if you did the comparison between an elephant and a person, you got two parents. You say they average out to be 150 pounds. They average out to be 150. And they average out to be like 5'8". And then your big ass, you're 7'4". You're 7'4" at 330. Okay, so if that same thing happened with an elephant, so basically you're your parents' weight together, and you got two elephants. Let's say they're 9 tons apiece, something like that. Nine tons. That's not the biggest elephants. So now you take their weight, and now you have a 36-ton or 38-ton elephant. This shit something ain't adding up. For me, personally, it just ain't adding up. D-Lo 404 back in there, he said if Canelo dreams about beating any of those guys, he better wake up and slap himself twice. You better wake up and apologize too, like Ali used to say. You better wake up and apologize, even putting their name in your mouth. I think he does that more. He's fronting. Most of that shit is he's putting up a front because he's not going to really have the opposition or something if he gets through Plant. But I'm going with my second white guy. I'm going with Plant. I'm sorry. I'm not eating no crow on Plant, but I'm saying I'm going with upset. You guys are the crow eaters. I'll eat mine silently with you, but I'm going with Plant, and hopefully Plant will take everything that he learned into the ring and diffuse this the guy, just diffuse him. I'm not even sure if Mayweather wouldn't fight him again if he was at the right weight. There's keys, the 1 and the 2. That's the key. A good 1-2. A good 1-2, and you're gonna get him. A good 1-2. 1, 2. Ha! But keep that one on him. What you talking about? You got to keep that on him. Y'all got to keep that one on him. Ha! What? Ha! What you gonna do? You don't know when it's coming. Ha ha! Faint. Got you again. What you gonna do, Canelo? Come charge in. Throw one of them overhands. As soon as you throw an overhand, bam. That's why Mayweather's able to beat fighters like that, because he's like a cobra, see? Mayweather he's already set up in like the shell a little bit, right? He's already set up there, but he had the ability to stretch, to come all the way back like a mongoose, and then come right back with like a snake with the right hand. That's it. That's one of the keys, is to be able to counter Canelo when he throws that loop and shit. Tell him Lala D said, facts it, D-Lo. Yeah, he better wake up and apologize. I was gonna jump on the Queen though, but I'm taking suspect Sean Porter to show people that he's been. I'm gonna tell you why I'm taking suspect Sean Porter. I know y'all love Bud, and I'm not disrespecting, no disrespect to Bud, but suspect Sean Porter, he got a lot to prove, and I think that he's been actually up on boxing a little bit better than a lot of the fighters are giving him credit for. He's probably been looking at some of his losses. He's been looking at ways, and I've been listening to him. He makes a lot of sense about how fighters should win, how they should fight, how they can win, and he makes a lot of sense. Even though he's suspect, he still makes a lot of sense. And I think he absorbed a lot of things just by watching fighters fight, watching Bud fights, watching everybody fight. He knows what you're gonna do. He's not a dumb fighter. And just him being a commentator and absorbing and watching, he has to gain from that too. Not just sparring, but just he's like studying the game. Like, okay, he's studying the game. So don't sleep on him completely. I could be wrong. He could just get annihilated, but I'm just saying. I'm kind of on this underdog thing right now. I'm kind of on this underdog. Yeah. I know. I yeah, I did say I said Mayweather a couple of times a day, and I got to wash my mouth out with dish soap, not even regular soap. I got to wash my mouth out because I don't like to say the name. I just say MTM. I don't like the little guy, but he did what he had to do. I don't like him. There's certain things that he did, like he made Larry Merchant explode, which imploded HBO boxing, which was good because I got tired of that whole crew anyway. I was tired of them. They so biased, man. If you go back and look, if you look at the Riddick Bowe fight, him and Galata, just listen to the verbiage. Watch the whole aftermath. You watch the whole aftermath and then listen to the verbiage. Listen to all that verbiage and stuff. You're gonna be shaking your head like, wow, I can't believe they're saying all this extra stuff that they don't even need to say. You got commentators that's supposed to commentate about boxing, but when they were talking about that fight and they were talking about everything else, it's gonna make you shake your head. You're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe they said all that. Yes, they did. Yes, they did say all that. And you're going to hear stuff like hoodlum and all kinds of stuff come up in there. No. Sometimes people get excited when other people make them excited. It's not like we all get excited. I see a lot of these down at the bottom. She said, I got to go for a minute, but listening. Yeah, I'll read what else you got. But people get excited when stuff happens, you know. people just get way, way excited. I mean, I am not unguilty of such things myself. I'll be honest. I'm not. People start throwing stuff, I might throw me something. I don't know. If you deserve it. Everybody else getting away with it. Because a lot of times what happens is the rationale doesn't kick in. The better person that you should be don't kick in. You're looking at, I'm holding up a ticket. Everybody's holding up a ticket. They done tore the tickets up, now they mad. I'm looking at the price tag I just paid because you were the main attraction that I wanted to see. I done seen all the undercard stuff, and then now I'm getting to the point where let's get this on. Let's happen. Let's see what's happening, right? And then that kind of crap happened. And it's not just one time with Galata. Same thing happened with him and Mike Tyson. And listen to the verbiage after that fight. He just gonna leave. You gonna just leave? We came to see Mike destroy you, and you gonna just leave. That's what you do. You just leave fights now. You just walks out. And like I said, I'm a rational person. I'm a humanitarian for real. But sometimes our irrational side comes through because everybody else's irrational side comes through. Well, I ain't gonna try to kill him. But somebody threw something at him. I'm not gonna throw alcohol in his face. Some girls do that. They throw alcohol and it's okay because they get mad. Oh, you're mad that you throw alcohol. Girls, whatever you do, never throw alcohol in a person's face. Not alcohol. If you're drinking something that's clear, like a Sprite or something, and you have to throw it, then throw it. But not in the face. Just throw it on him. Make him clean his clothes. Don't make him have to go to the hospital and get his eyes checked because he's got something in his eyes that's burning his eyes or just stuck in his eye. Don't make him have to go through the laundry is a lot cheaper than the hospital. A doctor bill. A laundry bill has never been higher than a doctor bill. Not in the history of man. It's just not. Doctor bills are high. So don't do that. So I'm not saying that I'm unguilty of the process. Because indeed, I could be guilty of the same process, but not in this point in my life. I wouldn't be guilty of something like that. The only thing I would be guilty of is cussing somebody's ass out, mad. Oh man, I can't believe they stopped that shit, Lala D. God, are you kidding me? I'd be elbowing Lala like, Lala, what's up? Yeah, that's right, son Teddy. Yeah, she gonna go off her. I can't believe that they did that. We was just getting into the fight. And then the ref come in and the guy just leaves the fight like it ain't, like we ain't nothing. Like we don't mean nothing to them. Yep. Yeah, but D-Lo got on me. He said, D-Lo said, well, what are you doing saying that name EF? He said, I thought it was an MTM. It is MTM. You know, y'all already know it. Yeah. Lala D said, no, it's Cynthia. She said, I think it's great that many are choosing Porter. I'm just going underdog. Porter's going to get beat up. You know what? Porter's going to get beat up. I like to bring... See, a lot of times when I'm picking somebody, I'm not really picking them because you'll probably hear from me later and I don't even pick them. But right now I'm just saying because I just want to see where people's at when I bring it to you because I'm bringing out the fact that he's absorbing all these fights and all that. And a lot of times when a fighter's, if you're still active, if you commentating, you are better in the ring. That's all I'm saying. You might, yeah. But then again, I like to get on people. People will come in. Oh, he going for Porter. They're gonna get all mad. They're gonna get emotional about Bud. Oh, Bud gonna kill him. What you see, Eagle? And then if it don't happen, I won't even see him. They won't come in. But if it happens, oh, I told you. Yeah, all right. A lot of these say it makes the build up far more exciting. That's right. Yeah. A lot of these say, trust me, I learned never to sleep on Porter. Yeah. My underdog right now is Herring. Yeah, I'm going to go, yeah, Herring. Good guy. D-Lo 404 up in here. He said, I don't see it as a matter of Porter being up on boxing or not. folks have gone out of their way to convince themselves that Bud is overrated. I'm not gonna say Bud is overrated, but all fighters can be overrated. Any last one of them could be overrated. Bud is he's unappreciated, and I would think that he's underused. Not necessarily, in my opinion, not necessarily overrated, but he's just underused in the welterweight division. He has been underused, and I will stand on that. I mean, we can argue back and forth, but I think he's underused in the welterweight division. Too many fights he could have had. Why in the hell Bud ain't out there making his money? Why he should have had 3 or 4 fights in the last year and a half. Nobody else wanted to get the money. Bud should have been just collecting money. I'm gonna just collect money there. Crazy thing is that them same folks say Bud must dominate Porter, or he isn't really that good. Then double back and say, but Sean Porter is good enough to beat Bud. Yeah, he's good enough to beat Bud, but if Bud beats him, Bud has to be over convincing. He has to like knock the ghost out of Sean Porter. I get what you're saying. But I would just say that he's underused, and he has been underused at 147. I'll put it that way. Now, I'm not going to put anybody as overrated, because there's always fighters that's going to be overrated. For me, Canelo is the biggest overrated fighter there is in boxing today. And they're making a point in the case right now that Usyk is the pound for pound. And I'm just going to say this, and I've been saying it. I don't know. I try to keep it at a certain level. I don't want to make it cold talk or nothing like that. But you guys watch the color scheme in boxing. Okay, the color push in boxing. Just watch out for it. Okay, don't get all surprised. Oh shit, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Don't get surprised and come in here and then try to bring it up, because I'm telling you, and I'm saying it in a nice, soft manner. You see what I mean? I can just say that Bud has been underused. A lot of fighters. I'm not just picking on Bud, but a lot of fighters have been underused at 147. Danny Garcia is kind of underused at 147. Should have had more fights. Sean Porter, underused. So they all can fit that category, but since he's a champ, he's really underused. I mean, he should be using the platform, and I don't know, I'm not going to get into the politics of what his promoter did, or I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just saying that if you're a champ, the past champs have always like shined like fighting a lot of times. Just check. Just go and check Mike Tyson when he first started shine. Just check and see how many fights he had. Just check out his yearly fight schedule. A lot of fighters. Y'all always catching me, huh? Oh, yeah, that's my tongue, huh? I am kind of slick though. But you know what, you and D-Lo will catch me. Nobody else will catch me. But you, the two that's in here right now, y'all gonna catch me. Because you guys are managers. D-Lo is the manager of management. Lala D is she's the secretary of management. She's my press secretary of management up in here. Y'all gonna catch me, you know what I mean? I know I'm not trying to escape, you know what I mean? But of course you two gonna catch me. If this chat was crowded right now with all kinds of people you had to monitor and watch, you might not have caught my words. But Lala D, she caught me. She said, laughing out loud, she said something. She said, just say I'm guilty. Instead, I am not unguilty. She cried, yeah. You're right. I'm not unguilty. I have never, ever gotten violent with a man. She said, I agree. That's something. No, don't get, it's not about people are so sensitive today that they go to either kill or they go to violence like almost instantly. This society today, the way that they have people, they have no communication skills. And I'm just going to tell you about my mom. A little story about my mom. My mom, she's a warrior. And our people, at one point, our women had to be warrior. And it is deep. It's actually hereditary. But she was diplomatic enough to talk to people. She could actually talk to people. Because we used to have wars, we used to have family wars. And she would just go and talk to somebody and calm them down. She could just talk to you, and she had that effect where she could talk to you and calm you down. And I don't know her words. I can't paraphrase her words to another adult because I was a baby. But she could talk to you. But if she wasn't able to talk to you, then something had to happen. And I put it to you like this: I've never seen her on the losing end, ever. Never seen her on the losing end. And she said she has not always been on the winning end. She always told me, she said, I haven't always been on the winning side, which I don't know if that was true or not because I can't see her being on the losing side because I used to watch her in action. Because I said, but she said that she got her, basically she got her ones and twos off. Is this, more or less? I'll just put it that way. I got my ones and twos off on their ass, even if they did what they thought. And if you ever saw her, you would never even think that. Wait, she's little and cute and and real fair, the lightest copper that there is, and you wouldn't think that, but you don't underestimate nobody. But see, that skill set is not prevalent. I put it that way. It's not prevalent. So I put it that way. It's not prevalent when it should be. Because if you're going to have physical development, you have to have mental development also. So why are we more physical now, but we're not more mental? Remember I said that there were, you got the TPU, the thought processing unit. Computers have the CPU. So why aren't those thoughts back there in their RAM? How come you don't have thoughts back there letting you know, well, this can turn bad and ugly? Okay, how could I keep it from turning bad and ugly? Okay, it's time for diplomacy. A little bit. And, oh yeah, and I didn't get to talk about him. But yeah, we got J-Rock. What's y'all's feelings? So I'm just gonna ask what your feelings. Right here, this guy. We know they both have certain problems. Bananas has problems with the stomach. J-Rock got chin issues. But so what you guys' thoughts on that's coming up? Yeah, D-Lo say I'm riding with Herring as well. Okay. You guys don't like the little snot-nosed Stevenson, huh? Look at you. Y'all too grown for me. Y'all feeling like parents now. I whoop Stevenson's little ass. Yeah. She a lot of D crying. Yeah, but yeah. I know what y'all feel. Y'all feel like Stevenson needs a little ass whip sometime. I know. You ain't gonna say it, but that's what you're feeling. You need your little ass spanked. You acting too grown. Yep. But D, a lot of D. Okay, she over the D. I'll read it out since it's just one. It's just a couple of you guys that actually responded today. Yeah. But a lot of D said D-Lo 404 box, and she said innocent there, so I'm included. I said I've been eating very healthy, drinking cold brewed green tea and blueberry juice, and my weight is good. But I really want a 7-Up cake. Should I buy one this weekend? Maybe you should make one this weekend. Yeah, you should probably make one. And get the old school 7-Up or get the Sprite. Get one of the clear sodas that have sugar and not corn syrup. But probably make your own. Just make one. You're a good cook. Just go ahead and make yourself one. You deserve to have a treat. And blueberry, that sounds so good. Ooh, that sounds good. Maybe we start selling. We share our recipes a little bit. I like blueberry juice. I like to make blueberry soup. So I make blueberry soup or I make blackberry soup. It's a cold soup. It's a cold served soup. You cook it hot, but it's a cold served soup. I love those. Very simple to make. Very simple to make. Just water and just boil them down, simmer them, put them in the blender, puree them up. A little bit of lime juice and some salt. You don't put all kinds of stuff in there. You don't put all kinds of fruit and vegetables. And that's it. And then you just chill it. Oh, so good. So good and, give you that energy. A lot of D crying. A lot of D says, Sunday, I'm not much of a baker. Oh, yeah. A lot of cooks aren't bakers. A lot of bakers aren't cooks. I do both. But I understand what you mean because a lot of people just say, "Oh, I can't bake." You can bake. I can cook. I used my my best friend from St. Louis used to always tell me that. He said, man, yeah, you said you be throwing down on that bake. He said I can outcook you though. He used to swear up and down that he can outcook me. I never seen his skill set, but he has eaten and brought his family over to eat, and I prepared. And of course, my girl was hosting with me. But I prepared, and him and another one of my boys that came by, they enjoyed everything. They just wasn't that comfortable because I had everything all set up, all professional. They was waiting for the plain napkins, and I had the cloth napkins. I set it up. If I'm gonna invite you over, you gonna experience. And I don't care if I was in a big place or small place. You're gonna experience something nice. You're gonna have like real service. You're like, damn, he's serving me. Nobody, I don't eat like this at somebody's house. That's the whole thing about inviting people is that you treat them better than you treat your own self. Me, I can stand up over the sink and eat. I prefer that because if I'm really getting into some food, I'm gonna mess that food up. So I just stand over the sink. Is all the crap just falls in the sink. Try not to ever wear white when I eat, but sometimes I do. But I eat over the sink. I feel more comfortable eating over the sink. I don't like to be all nice and relaxed when it comes to me eating because every once in a while you feel, let me see, you might have your little glass of wine or whatever, and then you chilling and everything is set up a certain way. Especially if somebody's joining you, then you have it set up a certain way. But if they're not, shit, I eat right there. I eat at the sink. Eat right at the sink. Why you sit down and eat? I don't know. I think standing up sometimes you need to stand up to get that food down right. Especially if you're about to get your itis on. If you're about to get your itis on, it ain't nothing. You can't. Sometimes you might not be able to stand up. Y'all know what it is. If y'all try to get your itis on, you can't stand up. When you get that itis on, you just sit there like, oh. You sit there all slumped over like, oh my God, I can't move. How am I supposed to move out of this? You can't move. You get your itis on. You get your itis on, you just like, oh, I'll just sleep right here. You just sleep right at where you at. Yeah, D-Lo404 said, I like Stevenson plenty. If he beats Herring, he likely has to fight much different than how he's been in the last couple of fights. But it's a pick'em type of fight, in my opinion. Okay, that's great. And you're right, it's a pick'em fight. I'm gonna stick with y'all. I'm sticking with Herring too because I'm going more underdogish on these. If we eat crow, I don't mind eating crow about that because I have graduated from salted, dry ass crow with no seasoning to nice seasoned crow that's gonna go down and I ain't got to worry about the feathers flopping around in my stomach. D-Lo404 boxes. That's good for you. Good idea would be to make sure you share your cake so you don't eat more than your friend. More than you intend to. Yep. That's good too though. That's intent. And then you can always make a smaller one. See? You could make a smaller one. I'm gonna put it to you like this. You could make a one serving cake, but most people when they make a cake, if they think they deserve a cake, they're not gonna make a one serving cake. They're gonna have to serve a few people. D-Lo404 boxing laughing out loud. Lala D says something there. Can you guess my father's favorite cake? See, I'll give you a hint. For some reason, black men love this cake. Let me see. A cake that black men love. I like fried bread. I like I like black food, Indian. I don't care. Indian, Thai. I eat everything. As long as it's vegetables and stuff like that. I'm going to say maybe it's German chocolate cake. Not black velvet. Or red velvet. Might be black velvet or red velvet, huh? Yeah, but black velvet cake can have you sleeping. Red velvet cake is not gonna make you sleep, right? But I'm gonna go with the that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the German chocolate. I know that's one because most people don't like angel food, but I think we like I think men in general like chocolate, but we don't like the devil's food. Yep. Oh yeah, yeah. I totally blew that. Yep. That was one of that's one of my guesses too. That pineapple upside down cake. And see, we talk about that D-Lo in here, don't we? I know D to the Bailey know that I always talk about it because I talk about that black pan, Lala D. I don't know if you ever heard me talk about that black skillet. When you eat out of your black uh, placa, your flat pans, or your or just your pans that's made the one they don't start off black, but they're made with iron. You're eating some of the food that your ancestors ate. The particles are still there because you don't clean that pan. That pan is only cleaned with fire and a brush. Fire and a brush, and sometimes you might put a little bit of soap suds in it, but you don't never scrub that pan. That pan is part of your history, and that is a pineapple upside down cake pan also, in which I totally slept on that, and Lala D has it, and she's right. The pineapple upside down cake. I know German chocolate in pineapple upside down cake. As a matter of fact, pineapple upside down, German chocolate cake, and strawberry shortcake, if it's made the right way, a lot of people would rather have the strawberry upside down cake, rather than the pineapple upside down cake. It's just harder to make because you got that other process. You got to cook the cake, turn it up. You usually don't cook the strawberries like that. Strawberries cook all the way down. Once you cook strawberries down, it's nothing. You just like, damn, it's 2 pounds of strawberries. Strawberries will make you mad if you cook them now. Because then you take that and you spread that on top, and then you put the fresh strawberries on top of that. Cut them in half, put them on top of your spread. In other words, that's going to be your jam that you put on there, strawberry jam. You put that, then you put the strawberries, right? After you put the strawberries, and then slice it, and then here comes the slices, nice thick slices with all them strawberries and the juice going down the side. I gotta go eat, y'all. The juice going down the sides, and you hear that, and then you blend up the whipped cream or whatever, or coconut cream, whatever one you put on there, you pile that on there, bam! Then you cover that with a little bit more strawberry sauce or something. Man, somebody's in trouble. Somebody's stomach is going to be rumbling, or somebody's going to be happy, but it's a guarantee to knock your ass down on your seat type of itis food. If you want to get itis on top of, after you eat your meal, eat one of those cakes and see if itis don't slip in on you. You don't even want to put out the trash once you eat that. The itis hit you, you're going to you're going to be walking like a camel. A camel be walking. That's how you're going to be walking with your stomach dragging. Dragging over to the bed. Or if you're a grown ass man in a big family, you're gonna just roll over to the couch, and everybody got to get away from you. Is your mom or whoever else, the woman of the house, is gonna tell everybody leave dad alone and let dad sleep. How come dad get to sleep on the couch? Because that's the king. That's why he get to sleep on the couch. You can't lay on the couch, but dad can, because he got itis and he been working hard, and y'all gave him that cake. It's y'all's fault. He would have been up and would have had energy and would have been out there playing ball with you and everything else, but you put that itis cake on it. You put a lot of these pineapple upside down on it, and that's it. Now he upside down. Yep. Yeah, Lala D. She said, "Oh my God, Asante, I cannot share the pan information you just gave me with my page supporters. Of course. People see, the thing is if we disrespect so much stuff that we don't even understand that there's simple things in our family that got DNA and everything else that has food particles and everything else. You're sharing parts of what your ancestors is not even here no more ate. Like with the pans and stuff like that. Even some people have like the irons, the sewing machines. They have a lot of things that's passed they don't even know. Your mom or grandma might have some some yarn that was used in one of your great grandparents' clothing. You're using the same exact yarn that they was using. There's a lot of little things, a lot of nuances, and a lot of little things that we do that we don't understand. That we're disrespecting our family, our ancestors by throwing certain stuff out, by not keeping. I don't want to keep that old thing. Yeah, you keep that old thing. Everything comes to pass, but then once you record it, because eventually you're gonna keep stuff long enough that somebody's gonna record the history on it. See, even a simple idea of the black pan. Somebody can take a picture of that black pan. Somebody can do a video now and let you know that this might be lost, but we are still sharing some of the meal with our families with this black pan. We're sharing some of the meal that that your ancestors have eaten out of here. And some of the ingredients are still in there. Some of the oils and stuff like that, the particles and all that. So you're still sharing some of the food is being passed on from generation to generation. Not only is my legacy and my genes being passed on, but even some of the food legacy is being passed on. That's just a little gem drop for you, because every once in a while, we used to call it gem drops in here. I do a little gem drop and you guys get the explicit information right here in Eagles Web Boxing, where this is Grown Folks Chat. Also, it's not just Eagles Web Boxing, it's Grown Folks Chat. There you go. She said, "Or you should make a video talk about it or something." I just might. That's a good idea. I just found it's gonna cost me a little bit, but I may be over the board. I just met a girl that she does videography, and it may be a good idea that I do that. And so some of these things just aren't lost, because we lose a lot of things that we shouldn't lose, but we just lose them. Now, I used to be probably I would say I was a good speaker. I'm not gonna call myself great. I'll just say okay. I was an okay speaker at one time. Matter of fact, anytime I did any of my presentations, any of my speeches, the professor would just sit there with his mouth open like, huh? And he would just like praise any speech that I made and ask if he could share me in other courses and stuff like that. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just saying, I never really thought of myself as being like this. But I had friends that would go into class with me and stuff. And one of my girlfriends in particular, she go to class and she just didn't give a shit. Oh, well, it is what it is. That's how she would talk when she's doing her speeches or whatever. Oh, if you guys like it, cool. If not, I'm like, she's riding a C minus. And then there's people in the course that would say that, you know, when they see the professor is like all over me like that, they like, oh shit, I know what he's getting. No, he's getting an A and shit. Yes, I did, but he actually did drop the ball. I mean, he actually told me as he was speaking to me, he said, yeah, you probably should take up speaking as a career. I said, I wasn't into that, but I'm more into, because I'm into a lot of different things. And I never looked at speaking as an art form, but it can be an art too. So I never looked at it as being an art form, but it can be an art. But now I'm starting to see that it's more of an art. And it's not just the art of speaking, it's the art of speaking and being a storyteller at the same time, to give information that's there, but people just didn't see because they were just using 3D. They wasn't using like 6D. You need 6D vision to go back in time, or to live at your past, your present, and your future at the same time, because there is no such thing. So you have to live all of them at once. You have to, what are my ancestors doing? What am I bringing into the future? You have to live all that at the same time. But needless to say, he's told me, in which I didn't even know I had the A at first, but he said, I only give out, he said, out of all these people in here, I was in a real hard speaking class. I think it was like 15 or something like that. Speech 15. It was like real. I mean, because you had to do extemporaneous, you had to do, it was different speeches you had to do. And they have a timer. The person be right back there timing your ass. And I could see them when they be counting down. Like when you get down to 1 minute. And I was watching as, because you look at the audience and I'm like, okay, I got 60 seconds. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna be so close to it that, there's gonna be no mistaking that I get a good grade out of here. So I was the other A in the class. So it was two A's in the class. There was a lady that was from the Air Force, and she just couldn't shut the F up. And the timer, not just during that, any speech you always got time limit, but in one speech, like a 15-minute speech, you only got so much time. You do 3 speeches or something like that. And she just kept going. And the girl was like holding up a sign, the one because you had the cutoff person, she was doing it like this and, trying to give her the thumbs up. Because every 10 seconds that you go over the time, your grade drops. And I'm like, I just watched her grade drop from a starting point, and she was boring on top of that all the way down to nothing. Because she just stayed up there like, I'm like, girl, everybody's looking at her like, bitch, sit down. I mean, we don't want to be mean, but sit your ass down. 15 minutes, you still going. Sit your ass down. Didn't nobody applaud her or nothing. Just like, sit your ass down. You just long-winded. Just long-winded don't mean that you're a speaker. Long-winded just mean that you long-winded. Sit your long-winded ass down. But anyway, that was a kind of a long story. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. Okay, she said, Asante, you make the video when I send people to listen. Yeah, I'll probably do it on my native channel. When I do it, I'll let you know. I'll do it on the native channel. I just got to see if this person is for real. Because I'll do like a good video. I'll just speak. I'll speak on some other stuff. I'll talk about that, and I'll just speak on stuff, because a lot of stuff was taken from me that I don't even know. I may still have a bell. There's an elephant bell that I don't even know. I think my grandmother ended up with it. Well, she did end up with it, but I don't know how old it is besides that. It may be like 200 years old. So certain stuff. I have a pipe. I have a Norwegian pipe. It's not 100% complete. But I've always kept that. And it's probably close to 200 years old. So just knowing these things, that your family have always interacted with everybody in a positive sense, it makes you you should be a positive person, because my family has always interacted with other cultures and stuff. It wasn't no big deal to us to interact with all cultures. We wasn't just, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, of course, when we were natives, yeah, we're proud natives. When we're with, other folks, then we're proud whatever. Yeah, I'm proud and brown regardless of, what my past is. On either side, I'm still, I'm Iroquois and Cheyenne. Just so you know, I'm Natitsa, and I speak Natitsa, hey, yeah. Now the oxy I tell you qua, may no ewo gay shoot your kind, baby man no asa or chi a tell du go ahead. May no ho na maya o qua ya, hiwa. Oh yeah, oh why you kaya. Lala D is crying. D-Lo 404 said had a phone call. He said he back now. Yeah. Just walking out of my chat because you got a phone call. Man, Eagles Web more important than that. Now you done dropped the ball, man. You missed all the information. You see, Lala been talking to me, and she put out this information. She said, look, you see what she said? She said, make a video about it. You missed everything. D-Lo be messing out. I'm just messing with my brother. Yeah. messing with D-Lo. Yeah. I'm surprised because my English is just, you see, I practice like enunciating a lot of times. Sometimes I just let my tongue go, but I could talk like everybody. So that's one of my gifts is being able. I'm a sound person. I'm a sound person, so I just pick up. Even if I don't know a language, I can sound out, and they'll be thinking I'm speaking that language because I'm like a sound person. I hear sound, and I can emulate a sound. You know what I mean? So if I speak in tongue, if I speak in tongue, you don't hear it, you don't understand it. But the thing about it is, you just realize that way that sounds. A lot of people when I do that, they just like, huh, and it freaks them out. But they like it. They said they never hear because most people, even when they speak a language, it has nothing to do with being fluent. They're not smooth. They're not smooth. Now my English is terrible at times, but it's not. But sometimes it's smoother. It's never smooth, but it's never horrendous. I'll put it that way. It might be horrible, but it's not like horrendous. Like your English is so horrendous. I grew up with English. I should be able to speak English, but I'm just saying it's not horrendous. A lot of D say, "Wow, that sounds good." D-Lo 404 is I'm at work, man. He cried. I know you at work, man, but you know Eagle, man. Eagle, I could bother y'all, man. Hey, you better get some alligator skin on you. Get with that glam rock. Let me see. How close are you to? I guess you're pretty close, right? I think D-Lo's. He's a lot closer than you are, Lala, because you're in the Midwest. I think he's south. He's southeasterly from us. From both of us, he's in a southeasterly direction. But I actually want a watch. I want a glam rock watch. And I've been seeing them. They got them on eBay and other places. I think Amazon. But I want to be able to go in. Do you guys know any places that sell glam rock watches? That's what they call glam. GLAM, like clam, except for with the G, and then rock, ROCK, glam rock. Those watches have the Swiss timing, right? Like the Rolexes, they have the Swiss timing, but they have poor alligators, but hey, they have alligator skin, the bands, and sometimes the not the facing, but the housing is made out of alligator. It's nice. It's just nice it'd be nice to have one of those. So that's on my guest list. My want list, if somebody can actually find a store, I used to be able to bid on overflow of products, and that's how I ended up with so much designer stuff because it used to be overflow. But now all these bidding sites are open for just everybody. People that just have enough money to buy a watch. Not for people that's going to buy tens of thousands of dollars of stuff. Now it's just open for everybody. And what they do, I told you guys before, they just jack the prices up. So it's almost retail, but they might have saved a little bit on taxes, and they save $20, $30, and that's a big deal too. Oh, yeah, I saved $20. I don't have to go to Macy's now. I got these glasses for $199.99. I got to pay for shipping and I got to pay for insurance. Dum. Comes out to the same price. So now I'm not going to spend the $230 plus tax. Yeah, but the shipping and the waiting. And then the product might not be what time you get it. What you wanted. Dummy. Yeah, but that glam rock is nice. I need one that fits me I don't have real huge wrists, but I need one. I need a fatter one. Because some of them are just like, they got some nice styling ones. You'll be able to find them. They got some really nice styled ones. And you guys didn't tell me anything about, okay, glamrockwatches.com? Okay. I got to check that out. Oh, Walmart has them. Walmart has the crap ones probably. But I want the original ones though, like the alligator ones, the real ones. They're probably expensive. Oh, so you roughly $300? That's a good price. I got one right now. It's like 15. If you get the alligator watches, I'm gonna tell you guys this now. This is just information. It's Swiss movement, right? Make sure he has the Swiss movement. But if you get those alligator watches, they're not allowed to sell them in Europe. So if you ever make a trip over to Europe, that's the end of my story. That's it. That's the end of that story. That's it. That was a quick story, right? She said also Walmart has them. She said roughly 300. Okay. If there's the ones with the Swiss movement and the original alligator all around, then yeah, that's a good price. I got to go to Walmart and check them out. I'll go online and check out the Glam Rock. Thanks a lot, doll. Thanks for giving me that information, but I'll check that out too. I'll check out the Glam Rock watches, and then I'll go to Walmart when I get a chance and check out and see what they got. They might have some badass ones over there. You're like, okay. See, that's kind of weird and amazing that they would actually have something like that at a Walmart. So maybe they just wasn't selling here, and maybe the strictness of them selling. Oh, is that a setup? Are they trying to get people to, you know? 10 watches. I'm gonna say this. This is, please get what I'm saying. 10 watches, $300 a piece. That's $3,000. You do the math. 10 watches, $300. You do the math. 10 watches. Same watch, 10 same watches, Europe. $1,500 each. You do the math. That's the end of that story. Hey, I'm doing the end of stories, and you guys don't want to talk about J-Rock, but we'll say that we're going for J-Rock. We got a lot of underdogs we're going for. Let me read mine out right now. You guys missed out. But this is my list. And we're going to see how my list go. I don't know what your list is like, but this is my list. This is my list for the upcoming fights right here. Just want y'all to know I'm going with Wilder, but I might beat Wilder up by next week. I'm going with Kalnacki. Yep. I'm going with Smith. Got him, see, I already got him down. You guys don't cheat me. I'm going with Barlanga. I'm going with Ramirez. I'm going with Ajagba. I'm going with Williams. And that's J-Rock. So I'm going with Williams. And looks like I'm going with Anderson. Those are my picks. Okay, so those are my picks. Don't try to steal my picks. You can get in with my picks too though. So I don't have no problem with that. I'm just messing with y'all. So if you guys got somebody else pick different, give me a reason. Tell me why. I want to know why. Not just why. I might want to get in. I might want to switch up my decision up on that. Get me all caught up in the cold. Man, I didn't even know he was slipping like that. Get my fighter beat up. I'm like, I ain't got my fighter beat up out here. But let's get up out of here, though, man. Let's go into the weekend. A nice, positive weekend for everybody. I'm happy for the people that came in. Whether you came over and spoke or not, that's fine. I got two of my web watchers here, two of my favorites up here. All my web watchers are my favorite, but I got two of my favorites here. And they held it down. Too bad they didn't get here early enough because they could have smashed out and talked bad to you who ruined my live the first time, my first go around for you to come in, because there was a lot of people that came through and I was looking. I said, yeah, people come through. They didn't say nothing, but maybe they was trolling with you to come through and troll with you. Yeah. But anyway, let's get up out of here. My shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what this is. It is on a Friday. Eagles way of boxing. Nothing but blessing. Yeah, I see you out there, brother. I see you out there, sister. She say, "Ciao." I'm gonna catch y'all, man.